video I'm going to talk a little bit about variables. So first of all, I'm just going to add a button to my Lively page. And by control clicking on that button, I can open up the Halo menu, and then the E option allows me to open up the script editor. This default script for buttons is a script that is executed at any time we click on the button. So when we click on this button, all I want it to do to begin is just show maybe the word hello onto the page. So I'll save that, I'll click the button, and it shows hello for me. So now I want to create a variable. And how we create a variable is we say var, then we can give our variable some name, and then some value. So maybe I'll start off just by creating a variable set to my first name, which is Anthony. So this variable, what I might name it is just my name, because it's going to hold my name, and then I'll set the value to Anthony. And now if I want to actually display the contents of that variable, I will say, let's show my name. And now it should print out the value of the variable my name, which we see as Anthony here. So if I click the button, it now shows Anthony. Next, what I want to do is create a text box on my Lively page, and maybe I'll put in my last name in here. And next I want to change the name of this text box. So the name of the text box on my Lively page. And I'll change it to, maybe I'll change it to text box to keep it simple here. So now we see when I click this text box, it is named text box. So now I want to create another variable, maybe for the box content. So that text box content is the name of my second variable. And I want to do this command this.get, which allows me to access one of the objects on my Lively page, and I want to actually put the name of the object in here. So in this case, I know we named it text box. So I'll say this.get text box, which is the name of that object, and then I want to get the string of text inside the text box. So I'll say .textstring, which will get me the string of text in there. Now instead of just saying to show my name, I'm going to show the box content. If I save this and click, now it shows SD. Now I'll make maybe a third variable, which is the result of combining the variable my name with the variable box content. So I'll say var my name plus box content, and then I will show the result now. So I'm going to say I now want to show the result variable, which we know is the combination of Anthony plus the string in this text box, which is SD. So it should probably, when I save this and click the button, show Anthony SD. If I want to put a space in there, in my Anthony code, I can actually just add a space there, save it, click the button, and it's now Anthony SD. So in our grade calculator, we're working with numbers. So maybe I'll make a var my number equals 21. And I will display my number here now, just to test this really quickly. So it is displaying 21 for me. But if I make my result equal to my number plus the box content, and then I want to actually not display my number anymore, I want to display the result. If I save and click the button, it now adds the word 21 with SD, because we can't actually add a number with text. That's impossible mathematically. But what I do if I maybe change SD to a 6, and then if I add the number with the content, we hope that it can now add 21 plus 6. But when I save this and run it, we see now it just adds, again, similar to how it did with 21 and SD, it just adds this text here to the end of my number. So it just adds a 6 onto the end of 21 to get 216, which isn't correct. So I think that's why in the grade calculator we had this weird parse double thing. So what we can do is if we say parse or parse float, and then in brackets I put this whole string of text from the text box inside those brackets. What this parse float command does is it says grab all this text and convert it to a number. Because when it's a number, then we can actually do the math correctly and do 21 plus 6. If they're both numbers, we know we can do that addition, whereas if the computer just thinks it's text, then it doesn't know how to add a text with a number. So now if I save this and run it, we get 27. So that's where that text string comes from and the parse float comes from when we're doing our grade calculator stuff.